Dan, thank you for sitting down with us today, man.
Listen, man, I can't. I came by. You guys are interviewing Charlie, and I'm like, am I gonna get some love? Is D.
Absolutely.
Bongino gonna get some love? And I said, we are doing something. You want to take a picture? I said, we got a picture. Let's do an interview, man. So it's good to talk to you.
Man, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. Man, so how are you enjoying the RNC so far?
You know, listen, I've been to a lot of these. I ran for office myself. You go to them, you do it. I remember the really hot one in Tampa, the virtual one last time. And, you know, I know it gets cliched and stupid, and I hate dopey tropes and all the energy in the room, whatever. But I think you can feel it, too. You've been around this stuff. People are excited. My only fear is everybody seems so happy and excited that, candidly, man, I'm getting a little worried. Like, I don't want any red wave talk, and I hope people don't get complacent. I'm glad to see it. We've had a rough few years. You know it, COVID,
Definitely.
2020, that mess.
Sir.
And then, you know, to see all the excitement's fantastic. I just don't want people to get complacent. You got to run, you know, like you're 15 points down.
Yes, sir.
You just have to, and that's my only fear. But you know it. This is a different atmosphere here.
Definitely. I definitely think that may be due to, like, Trump getting shot and showing up. Like, what are your thoughts on the Trump assassination?
Well, you know, I did that for a living for 12 years.
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know, I say to people all the time, like the Aaron Neville song, you know, I don't know much, but I know I love you. Like, I don't know much, but I know the Secret Service. Listen, man, it was a colossal screw up. And anybody
Absolutely.
apologizing for this thing, I mean, listen, you and I got a business, right? Let's say you're rocking this show, ratings are great, and then one year you start, I don't know, doing whatever, entertainment or sports, doesn't make a difference, and nobody listens. Like, people are working with you are going to be like, bro, we got to figure something out. Like, it's not working or we're going to fire you. The Secret Service has one job. The one job is, like, don't get this guy killed, and he came within a millimeter of them losing his life. There's no apologizing for this. The director of the Secret Service, Cheadle, should step down immediately. Mayorkas, candidly, the DHS secretary, should step down too.
Yeah.
This was a disgrace. And keep in mind, as you know, Secret Service protects Biden too.
They
This
do.
isn't a partisan thing.
Yes,
they protect
sir.
the president. He's a Democrat. I'm
Yeah.
a Republican. I don't want Biden getting hurt.
Absolutely
I was
not.
a Secret Service agent for Obama.
Yes, sir.
I love my job. He was the
sir.
president. That's what you do. You don't think I get killed?
No, you don't.
You know?
I mean, that's 100% a national security issue. Like, the incompetence of them to let a slip up like that even happen.
I mean, is there a bigger national security issue? I mean, if we would have lost President Trump, the entire course of the American political system would have changed in about 5 seconds. And the time
absolutely.
it took for him to let those rounds off.
Yeah.
And that we, you know, that this is being so casually kind of brushed off, like, oh, you know, he made it, and the Secret Service director will go. Now she's saying, you know, they'll get up there when they get up there, but we're only going to answer a few questions. Who's paying for this?
Man,
This
that's
this
how
ain't
tax
the
dollars at
private
work.
sector, my friend. This is you. You're working hard. I got to stroke that check every quarter.
Man.
Brother, I'm not a rich man, okay?
Yes,
My
sir.
mom worked in a supermarket. My dad was a plumber. You ever see Titanic?
Yeah.
That Kathy Bates, they make fun of her because she's new money?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm new. I don't have no. I just got money. I got to stroke this massive check to the G. What
Man.
the am I paying for, man?
What are we paying for?
You can't. I mean, we're paying $6 trillion budget. You couldn't buy a drone
That's
to
crazy.
put up on the roof.
Man, that should have never
I
happened.
find a drone on Amazon for $40.
Yeah, man.
I'll cut you the check right now.
Literally.
Buy some drones, man.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy. You see why? Now you see why people are so pissed off. You know, you got people in the neighborhood I grew up in, New York City, man. These guys, I just had my mom died not too long ago, so I went to her wake,
Sorry
and I
for
met
your
all
loss.
my. Oh, thanks,
Yes, sir.
man. So all my old buddies from the street, man. And, you know, a lot of these guys are in bad shape, man. They're struggling. They ain't making any money. A lot of these guys were union workers that voted Democrat. They're like, I'm done. I can't take it
can't.
anymore, man.
The-
You know, $15 for like a pound of bacon or whatever.
Oh,
What the
my
hell
gosh.
is that, man?
Man.
Everybody's going broke, you know?
Oh, I completely agree, man. I'm like 1 year out of college, so this is my first year, like, really in the
You're
real
1 year
world.
out of college?
Yes, sir. Just graduated my MBA last May.
God bless you. I
Thank
did
you.
an
Thank
MBA.
you so
It was
much.
the only degree I did in college. I actually learned something.
I agree.
Business school, right?
I agree.
You learn all kinds, like, you know,
Man.
finance, accounting, supply chains. man. I learned
100%.
Good for you, man. Good
no,
for you.
thank you. Thank you so much. But I completely agree. Like, $200 when I was in college and Trump was in went way farther
Right?
than $200 now. Like, $200, you getting
My friend,
a week's worth of groceries.
$200 now ain't even a night in a club.
No,
Me
it's
and my
not.
wife still hang out. I'm 50 going on 20. You know, I work during the week. I play
Yes,
hard
sir.
in the weekend. I talk about it on the radio all the time. I don't care, man. I'm not even his moral compass.
Yes, sir.
But, man, $200 barely gets you a couple bottles these days.
Oh,
You're
my
like, when I was a
gosh.
kid, $200 lasts you a whole week. In a
Really, literally, you $200 at Sam's Club and Trump.
Right?
You eating good for maybe 3 weeks.
No kidding, right?
Man,
Now you're lucky to pick up some like pounded cheese or something. This is bananas, man. People freaking gotta eat. They gotta work, and you know, the dude don't inspire confidence either, man. Come on, he's up on stage, he's
Falling
stumbling,
asleep.
he's bumbling, falling
Oh my
asleep.
gosh.
I mean, you really believe, like, you know, guys like us who are out there, you know, busting, grinding, and we're looking at this guy like that's my guy. Then
Nah.
you see Trump, dude gets shot in the ear. He's like,
He's
his first
pumping.
inning,
No
he ain't
fear.
bear crawling off the stage. He gets up. Yeah, the guy could have got shot again. Ear bleeding. He's like, fight, screaming. I'm like, this is epic, man. Like, this
No.
is the kind of thing we need, you know?
I think that's why everyone's uniting around him. I mean, like, the media is actually in shambles because they've been trying to push that Joe Biden's competent, he's ready, and like that narrative's falling apart. Like the debate was horrible. He called Kamala Harris President Trump. He called what's dude in Ukraine? I forget his
Zelensky,
name. Zelensky. He
Putin.
called
Yeah.
Zelensky Putin. I mean,
Yeah. He called him his arch enemy.
Oh my gosh, it's not looking good
No,
for him
he's
at
not
all.
on air, and then it just came out, you know, the dude's got COVID, which is bad. The guy's old. I mean, I don't wish ill on anyone.
I saw
but,
that.
I mean, you know, Donald Trump, they're both old, but age is taking a different toll. You can see on Biden and Trump.
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Jack LaLanne, when he died in his 90s, was still doing like 100 pull-ups a day.
Wow.
I mean, Biden's just not in that kind of shape.
Not at
and
all.
I wish the guy, you know, would just kind of ride off into the sunset. Because honestly, he's just bad for America, and I'm afraid someone's going to take advantage of this guy from now till January, assuming Trump wins.
I completely agree. Last question, I'll let you go. So there's been a big push from the Democratic side to replace Biden. Do you think they will replace Biden?
No, and I'll tell you why. I worked in that White House, worked for Obama, not specifically, but Biden's there all the time. And, you know, you mix and mingle with their people. It's the same
Yes,
Secret
sir.
Service, right? The man is a total narcissist. What you and I see, because we're common sense guys,
Yes, sir.
he doesn't see it all. He's a sociopathic narcissist.
Wow.
He actually believes his own story. Like the worst thing you can do in the business we're in, I say to everyone all the time, I said, be strong on the air, but humble around people.
Yes, sir.
Because that's important. He's the opposite,
Wow.
Biden. But he pretends to be humble, but behind he puts on this faux sense of strength. And he tells people like, I'm this. He's always talking about himself. He's a narcissist. He'll never step aside. It's really sad because if there was ever a president who needed to go, this guy, he's a national security threat. He really is.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time
Hey,
to talk
man.
with me, man. It's been great, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much.
Cool.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man, you guys are awesome.
Man,
I
you're
love your
awesome,
stuff.
man. Thank you so much.